Oh, what a great Saturday this has been. I was up all night waiting for my chance to get. I was first in line at the BC liquor store that I usually frequent for the premium spirits release of 2021, and I came home with 14 bottles of whiskey. Great whiskeys, I hope. I know some of them will be great. A couple other ones are hit or miss. We'll find out. We'll see. Maybe I'll enjoy them all. This one here, I bought online. I bought this online. Let's see if I can find out where. Here we are. I bought it online in the 3rd of September. And it is a independent bottle. It is a Glenallachie Duncan Taylor Dimensions Sherry cask, bottled at 54.3%, 700 mils. This is bottle number 95 out of 276. There are not many of these in the world, but I managed to get one, and it cost me a whopping $109.99 Canadian, and it probably also cost me another $15 in shipping when I combine it with the other 4 bottles, with the other 3 bottles that were in the package. The shipping was about 15 and 40. So yeah, $55. So $55 divided by 4. Yeah. The shipping was $13.75 plus 110, 109.99 plus federal tax, which would be 5% of 110, so plus $5.50 is equal to a grand total of $129.24. $129.24 out the door. And this is 12 years old, bottled at 54.3. Well, what I'm going to do is open this up. Oh, it's got a fancy box. Oh, very fancy box. Look at that. It's a fancy box. Like so. But here is the bottle. Quite simple. Now let's see what I'm missing, because I'm unable to see the screen. There we are. There's the bottle. The Duncan Taylor bottle. And here's our fancy box with a magnetic closure. Now I'm going to pour a dram of this juice. Quite exclusive, considering that there's only 276 bottles of this ever made. Oh, what a pop! Wow. This is a strong one, so it might be my last last of the night. I've had some good ones already. Let's see now. Okay, Duncan Taylor Scotch Whisky Dimensions cask strength sherry cask. I don't like this shiny lettering. It's hard to read. Dimensions single malt Scotch whisky, product of Scotland. Cask number 3090 07931. Say that fast. Distilled in 08 of 2008 and bottled in 02 of 2021. So, yeah, a full 12 years. 700 mils, Duncan Taylor, Scotch Whisky Limited. Hatley, Scotland? Or is it Huntley? Huntley, Scotland. Aged in oak cask, distilled in Speyside region at Glenallachie. Product of Scotland. Now, Glenallachie is all the rage these days. And I thought I would do an indie Glenallachie. Because I've only had, I think, one of the official bottles. Ever. I could have bought some more today, but Cask strength Scotch Whisky. Dimensions collection from Duncan Taylor Scotch Whisky Limited is an outstanding range of single malt and single grain whiskies from across the length and breadth of Scotland. Bottled from single casks at cask strength, these unique whiskies are testament to diversity and influence of individual casks, offering unrepeatable expressions from both renowned and lesser-known distilleries. Neither chill-filtered nor artificially colored, only the finest whiskies are selected for inclusion in the Dimensions collection, ensuring each release delivers the multidimensional character of the distillery true to our ethos, whiskey without compromise. Established in 1938, Duncan Taylor Scotch Whisky Limited is a specialist independent whiskey merchant with one of the largest privately held collections of aged single malt and single grain casks. Using only the finest oak casks, Duncan Taylor lays down whiskies that are bottled only after meeting rigorous quality standards, ensuring optimum dimension of character and flavor for the whiskey connoisseur. The balance of the craftsmanship and attention to detail is central to Duncan Taylor's award-winning reputation and is evident in the complexity and depth of each release in the Dimensions collection. Oh, so this means I might be in for a treat, eh? All right. Let's give her. First, cleanse the palate. And here's our dram. We will give it the... Yeah, I haven't done the Anaconda yet today. Oh, gosh. Can't believe that. I'm getting negligent, I think. What have we got here? We got some legs forming. Oh. There are ridges, and the legs are slowly forming. Coming down in sheeting action with... Oh, there they are. There's some legs right there. Look at that. Nice. Yeah. This certainly does smell like Speyside. It's fruity. It's rich and fruity. It's rich and fruity with a lot of honey. Bee puke. That's what honey is, bee puke. Fruits, honey, butterscotch, caramel. Oh, this is going to be nice. A lot of honey, a lot of butterscotch. Fruitiness. Fruitiness mixed with the butterscotch. It's like... Oh. I could nose this for a good long time. A good long time. It smells something wonderful. Toffee. Fruitiness. butterscotch, bit of cotton candy, toffee. What does the other side give me? The other side is plugged up. Not getting much on the nose there. I'm getting some sharpness from alcohol. And that's all. So I'll go to the other side again. Toffee. The fruits have moved aside. I'm not getting so much fruit as I did initially when I first poured it. I'm getting more toffee, caramel, butterscotch, some vanilla, caramel. Oh, maybe a little bit of salted caramel. Wow. And this is bottled at cask strength, eh? I'm going to have to give it a taste real soon now. And then maybe I'll add some water and see if that changes the nose. Maybe it needs time to open up. Maybe I'll get a real surprise and enjoy the flavor. Maybe it needs a little bit of water to bring it out because 54.3 is a little high. I'm good up until about 51, 52. 54.3 shouldn't be that much of a stretch, but, you know, maybe water will improve it. Here we go. Mm. Mm. Slush it around a bit and swallow. When you get a transition, yeah, it's a little hot. I'm getting fruity notes in between the heat. And the fruity notes consist of pears and some citrus, maybe a little bit of orange. There's absolutely no peat in here. This is completely unpeated. I think it needs some water. I'm going to add some water. I'm going to bring the ABV down to something a little bit more palatable. Something that doesn't burn quite so much, because this has got some heat to it. And it's burning a little bit the sides of my throat. Give me a bit of a hug. Okay. Now that I'm adding some water, it's not as fruity as it was initially, but I'm still getting a lot of toffee and butterscotch, that kind of thing. On the nose, anyway. I don't know about on the palate. We'll find out sooner or later. I hope I didn't drown it because I'm not getting so much on the nose now. Okay, let's taste it again. Okay. There is a saltiness to it. It's like salty taffy, salty toffee. But there's quite a bit now that I've added the water. And the heat is more or less gone. I'm getting a lot of white pepper. Got to do a second sip with this water added to it. On the nose, salted toffee, caramel, hint of vanilla, some butterscotch. Okay. That's a nice nose. It had fruitiness in the nose when it was a citrus kind of thing before I added the water. But since I added the water, the citrus is gone. Maybe I added just a little bit too much water. I don't know. It should be able to take it at 54.3. If it brought it down to 48, that shouldn't be too bad. But, and it is 12 years old. So, where did all the nosing notes go? Interesting, anyway. Maybe it needs time to open up. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to try again. Let's see what happened to the legs this time. Okay, we brought the ABV down to sheeting action. Some drops hanging to the sides, but not going anywhere. Now, nice slippery alcohol, nice slippery alkaline mouthfeel. Now after I swallow it, it transitions to a lot of white pepper, some fruitiness. Okay, but the fruitiness is indistinct. I can't really separate the fruits. It's so well integrated. And the white pepper hangs on. There's kind of a butterscotch. It's strange. It's kind of like a butterscotch toffee coating all over the palate, all over the roof of the mouth. Yet on the tongue, I'm getting white pepper. And the white pepper fades very slowly, and leaves a bit of an astringency towards the end. Oh, we should maybe do that again, shouldn't we? Well, maybe I should. I don't know about you. Considering the strength of this, it is relatively light. Okay. Now I'm getting some burnt caramel. Burnt and salty caramel as it transitions. This changes a little bit with every sip. And now I'm getting toffee on the tongue instead of all that white pepper And there's a bit of a briny, a bit of a saltiness, or as Horst Learning would say, a remembrance of salt. That's a good sign that this changes as you go, or changes as I go. That's a good sign. Shows that I've been recording for 20 minutes now. I do go on, don't I? But I have this thing where I really want to get down to it. I really want to delve deeply, and I really want to dig and get every flavor that I can out of this. Even though at first taste and at first glance it appears to be quite simple and not very complex. But the complexity comes along with time. There's a spicy warmth. And there are fruity notes too, but they're fleeting. Wait a minute. Now I'm getting less of the butterscotch and caramel and toffee and a little bit more fruity. And the fruits are indistinct. It's like they're a little bit stone fruits and a little bit citrus and a little bit, wow, I'm not sure. This is going to be interesting to come back to, I think. So far, it's interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this aside, and every so often, I'll take a dram. And if I find a significant improvements, or if I find something really different from what I got before, I will come back and try this whiskey again at whatever fill level it may happen to be at the time when it really hits me like, why didn't I see that before? All right. So, yeah. So far, I like this, but it's an enigma. It's nothing steadfast. It changes. That burp brought up toffee. One more time. That spicy transition is really growing on me, and I think it's getting better. Wow, this is going to be an interesting whiskey because it's never the same twice. Slanchova.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.